What's up, YouTube? Lethal here. I'm back playing some more TF2 as a spy, one of my favorite classes. In this commentary, I'm going to address a few topics, particularly where I've been, what's been going on, what games I've been playing, and study tips. That's pretty important because AP week this week and the previous week wasn't, too many tests that I know of. But I know a lot of kids a lot of my friends are taking AP World History that's coming up on Thursday, and everybody's stressing out. I think I have a friend who's been absent for 2 days just to study. So I'm going to address that later. But my AP test, I took AP European History, and it wasn't that hard. Honestly, the questions, I knew them, what I had to do, I knew what to do. The test was in two parts, Part A, Part B. Part A, I had to finish 80 multiple choice questions in 55 minutes. That was probably one of the easiest parts of the test. And Part B, I had to write 3 essays in 2 hours. Now it seems like a lot, but as long as you manage your time, it's not that hard. I believe I had like 15 minutes remaining when I was done. It's not that hard. You just gotta manage your time. So Friday, that was my AP test. I started at about 12, ended at about 4:30. I think the hardest part is just how long it is, because sitting down for 4 hours trying to take a test it's not hard. It's just long and boring. That's what she said. But getting on a more serious topic. Saturday, that was probably one of the busier days of mine. Saturday, I had to attend my cousin's first communion, AJ. AJ's day at the range. That guy, that kid. He had his first communion. I was pretty proud of him. And I played cameraman pretty much because I was the only person who actually caught the footage of his communion. So shout out to that kid. I love him. He's my cousin. He's my favorite cousin because he's the only one that hangs out with me and actually plays some TF2 with me sometimes. And side note right here, obvious spy. You can't bump shoulders and pretend that nothing happened. Especially if you're a spy, because your teammates, they can easily walk through you, but if you're an enemy, like before when I was running into an engineer, that's how you can tell it's a spy. But somehow, he let me go. I guess he didn't know that. But after my cousin's first communion, we had a reception at the Hilton Hotel in Universal Studios Hollywood, and it was an all-you-can-eat buffet. It was pretty good. Lack of food, though. I will note that it wasn't too much variety to choose from. And then after that, I went to Universal City Walk, which was pretty fun because NBA Nation was hosting something down there. I got a free towel and a free lanyard that said Sprint on it, and it's pretty fitting because the cell phone company I have is Sprint. It's not, they have the best rates, but their coverage is pretty spotty. That's the thing with Sprint. But if you're looking for good deals on a budget, $70 a month, you can get unlimited data, unlimited texting, unlimited messaging, all that stuff. The only thing though, you don't get to talk unlimitedly. But who in their right mind can talk? Who needs that? I'm going to just say, who the needs to talk that much on their cell phone? It's called texting. People do it. I do it. But I would honestly like to try and call people more. And then Sunday, I didn't do much. I was like a platypus. I didn't do much. I was just lying in my house, catching up on sleep, relaxing, chilling. And I went to go see my great-grandmother. She passed away a few years ago. It was Mother's Day. We left a few flowers over there. It was nice to see her again. And that was pretty much the week. Now, I want to talk about study tips. Studying is very important when it comes to tests, obviously, because, how are you supposed to retain the knowledge you were told in class? If you can't remember it, then you gotta write it down. And a study shows that when you actually write down the information over, you are retaining that knowledge because you're rereading it and actually putting it down on paper. So when you take notes, don't just listen to the teacher half the time. You make sure you actually jot a few things down. That's pretty important. Second, when you're preparing for your test, do not stress out and make sure that you review all of the material. Try not to skip anything because you never know what's going to show up on a test. And a third thing, on the day of your test, make sure you eat a balanced breakfast because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Or at least eat something, because if your brain is fried, then you're not going to do well. And the same goes for when you're sleeping the night before. Make sure you get at least 8 hours. Actually, you should probably be trying to get 8 hours every day in general, but on the day before your test, it's very important. So make sure you follow those rules, and you should do very well on your test. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you liked it, please like it. It helps the channel grow. Favorite, highly unlikely, but thanks for watching, guys. See ya.